Good afternoon, YouTube. My name is Dr. Lance. I got a postdoctorate of Divinity. In this video, we're going to look at the difference between what it means to be a theology major versus what it means to have a postdoctorate of Divinity. Theology majors look at the metaphorical aspects of the Bible. Divinity majors, like myself, look at the scientific aspects of the Bible. We believe the Bible is a history document. We also believe it is a scientific document. We believe that there's a certain key words in every scripture that you read. Like, for example, the majority of the Bible speaks about lust, and a majority of the Bible speaks about money, and it speaks about greed and all that, envy and all that. Divinity majors do not believe that lust is one of the 7 deadly sins. We believe it is natural to lust after what you want. However, we argue that obsession should be one of the 7 deadly sins as opposed to lust. Theology majors argue that lust is a sin. In theology, they want you to be a robot. I'm not a robot, and I'm not controlled by the Bible. And regardless of what your views are about the Bible, I'm here to present this YouTube video from a divinity perspective. What is divinity? Divinity is the scientific aspects of the Bible. Only 3 people in history had a divinity degree. The first one was Jesus Christ. The second one was Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. And now I myself have a divinity major. My name is Reverend Dr. Lance, and I'm here to present to you the Bible from a divinity perspective. Divinity looks at the scientific aspects of the Bible. 1, we argue that obsession is a sin. So we believe that James was incorrect when he referred to lust as a sin. If you read the current King James text, James 1:13-15, James says, when lust is conceived, she gives birth to sin. Then when sin is full blown, it leads to death. We believe that was an error on his part. What James should have said was, when lust turns into an obsession, she gives birth to sin. Then when the obsession is full blown, it leads to death. That is what we believe it should currently read. And once again, Jesus Christ had a divinity degree. Dr. King had a divinity degree. And I myself have a divinity degree. Divinity majors believe that a theology person with a theology degree is not qualified to teach the Bible. They only qualified to preach about the death and resurrection of Jesus Christ, and they're also qualified to give a testimony on what Jesus Christ has done for them. Dr. King had a divinity degree. Jesus had a divinity degree. Our knowledge can easily get you killed because a lot of people don't have that kind of knowledge. I am overly qualified to find a job, so what I do is I just present a job in what you call a functional resume type format. Because if I lay down all my credentials in one resume, I'd be overqualified. I have a PhD in history, 2 postdoctorates, 1 in divinity, 1 in metaphysics. And I'm not saying this to brag, but I love to study. I'm studious. I belong in the School of Professional Studies with Northwestern, but however, my land has been taken, and I'm fighting to get my land back before I can do what I need to do. So one of the differences between a theology major and divinity majors, I pointed out, 1, divinity majors believe that obsession is a sin, but lust isn't. Lust is similar to love, in our opinion. Theology majors argue that lust is a sin. That is a debate I would like to have. So in the next video, I'm going to debate the points of views of a theology major on why they say lust is a sin and how they try to imitate the Apostle Paul. We believe there are key words in the Bible, in every scripture. Theology majors try to interpret what the scripture says. Divinity majors focus on that key word, whether it be lust, love, greed, envy, sloth, you name it. Money, you name it. One last thing I wanted to say. It is my hope that we get people to look at the Bible from a scientific perspective. Please subscribe to my YouTube videos as we will break down Divinity. And if you have any questions, feel free to ask those questions. Once again, thank you for tuning into this YouTube video. There will be more.